Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome back once more to the Hearts podcast. I am so glad you're here. Whether you're tuning in from your cozy living room, your morning walk, or your creative studio, I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to dive into today's topic. Today, we're talking about something that's deeply personal to me and something that I am absolutely obsessed with, and that is the healing power of nature-inspired design. And just nature in general. I am such a nature baby. I love all things green. I love the ocean. I love diving into the forests and just immersing yourself in nature. So I want to talk a little bit about if you've ever walked into a room filled with plants, natural light, and earthy textures and felt an instant sense of calm, you already know what I'm talking about. But what if I told you this isn't just a feeling? And again, yes, it's a science. And it is something that you can bring into your space to transform your well-being. So grab your cup of tea, settle in, and let's explore how biophilic design, the art of bringing nature into our spaces, can help us feel more grounded, creative, and alive. So let's start with the basics, because I like to start with the basics. Biophilic design is a concept that's been around for decades, but it's gaining a lot of attention lately, and that is for a good reason. The term biophilia literally means love of life. How freaking amazing is that? And it refers to our innate connection to nature. Studies show that incorporating nature elements into our spaces can reduce stress, boost creativity, and even improve our physical health. For example, some research from the University of Exeter, I hope I said that right, found that by adding plants to a workspace can increase productivity by 15%. And a study published in the Environmental Health Perspectives showed that people who live in homes with natural light and greenery report lower levels of anxiety and depression. But why does this happen? Well, again, it's all about energy, that beautiful thing that I keep talking about, which is so important in the conscious design of your life. You see, nature operates at a frequency that's inherently calming and restorative. So when you bring elements like plants and natural light and organic material into your spaces, you're essentially tapping into that frequency. It's like giving your home and your soul a really massive warm hug. Now, I've got to get practical. How can you bring the healing powers of nature into your space? My mum, for instance, her entire house is just plants. She runs the business Glamour's Plants, and I'm forever stealing them because I just love plants. So let's just give you 3 simple ways that you can get started. Let's start with plants because it's the easiest way of doing it. Plants is the easiest way of incorporating biophilic design into your home. They purify your air, they add life to a room, and they create an instant sense of calm. If you're new to plant parenting, start with something low maintenance like a snake plant. And if you're feeling adventurous, try creating a living wall or a mini indoor jungle. Once you get started, it's really addictive. The next thing that you can do is embrace natural light. Natural light is a game changer. My doctor talks about this all the time. We are not meant to have harsh lighting in our daily life. It really, really upsets our circadian rhythm. So if you bring natural light into your space, it's going to regulate your circadian rhythm, it's going to boost your mood, and it's going to make your space feel more open and inviting. So if you're working with limited windows, try using mirrors to reflect that light, or choose light, airy curtains that let the sunshine in when it is around your space. The third thing you can do, which a lot of people are doing these days, is incorporate organic materials into your space. So I do a lot of this. My home is filled with rustic wood because I used to create furniture in Bali, and so I've got some really beautiful rustic pieces, but you can do that by collecting them from thrift stores. upcycling furniture, doing that sort of thing. So you're thinking about wood, stone, linen, clay. These are materials that not only look beautiful, but they also connect us back to the earth. A wooden coffee table, a stone vase, or a linen throw can instantly make your space feel more grounded and serene. So I want to share a little story with you. A few years ago, I was feeling really stuck, both creatively and emotionally. My studio felt cluttered, completely uninspiring, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I decided to make a change. So I bought in a few plants from my mum. I swapped out the synthetic rug for a jute one, and I added just a little small water feature that had the soothing sound of running water. I've potentially got my son addicted to water sound baths because he loves them to go to sleep. But anyway, the transformation was incredible. Not only did my studio feel more alive, but I also found myself feeling more creative and at peace. And that's my dog in the background having a little growl. He's not feeling at peace right now. Anyway, that's the power of nature-inspired design. It's not about aesthetics. It's about creating a space that supports your well-being and helps you thrive. So I've got a little workshop for you guys. I want you guys to create your own nature-inspired sanctuary. So I've created a really simple workshop which helps you design a nature-inspired sanctuary in your space. And this is how it works. Number one, you're going to assess your space. I want you to take a walk around your home or your workspace. Where do you feel most at ease? And where do you feel tense or drained? Make a note of these areas. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to choose your elements. I want you to pick one or two natural elements to incorporate. That might just be a plant, it might be a piece of driftwood, it might be a nature-inspired mural. I want you to choose something that speaks to you. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to set an intention. So as you go around and you add these elements to your space, I want you to set an intention. What do you want the space to feel like? Do you want it to feel calm? Do you want it to feel creative? Do you want it to feel energized? Now, let that intention guide your choices to what you're going to put in your space. The next thing you're going to do, and this isn't witchy poo, woo woo, spiritual stuff, you're going to create a ritual. All I mean by that is create a small ritual that will connect you to your new space. So do a quick meditation, simply sit and breathe for a moment, let yourself feel the energy of the space and tap into how that supports you. I've turned this into a workshop which is in a free PDF guide that you can download from my website. And this includes step-by-step instructions, so you can find a link in the show notes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode has inspired you to bring a little bit more nature into your space and your life. Remember, your environment is a reflection of your inner world. So when you create a space that feels aligned and nourishing, you're giving yourself the gift of healing and possibility. I also am a massive advocate for trying to get out into nature once a day. I feel like we all should get just a little bit of nature every day. It's not something that everyone has the privilege of doing, but if you can do it for 5 minutes of any day, it's going to massively change your life. If you loved this episode, please share it with a friend, leave me a review, or tag me on social media. I'd love to hear about how you're incorporating nature-inspired design into your own space. And until next time, please keep creating with intention, and I will see you in the next episode of the Hearts Podcast. Thank you.